Hello, welcome back to Kirkendall's MSC Life. We are going to do part 2 of the diagnosis. Where I left off last time was May 2014, right after I was diagnosed. And I want to kind of touch upon my personal journey because everyone is different. And I had Obamacare. And I want to say thank you for Obamacare because I would not have been able to go to doctors, specialists, or do anything if it wasn't for them. And so my mom and I, who helped me with this, I got a primary and we were looking for a neurologist. And the one here that was local, I just didn't really vibe well with. He was just a regular neurologist, kind of wanted to get you in and out of there. And wanted to do a spinal tap, and I was more of an inconvenience. And like I said, I was in the medical field, so it's like I am a person. There is a thing called bedside manner. I didn't appreciate him, and he really didn't answer any of my questions, and that kind of concerned me. I'm thinking, well, are you even knowledgeable about this? So we got a good recommendation to go to this other neurologist, and we waited a while to get in, and that part was a nightmare because you wait forever to get in, and it's like, well, what are you supposed to do? Just sit there and hurt and hurt and hurt? So I get into this neurologist, and they want to go over all this medicine. I don't need a spinal tap, and I was very happy about that because I was very nervous. Those stuff can paralyze you. You have that chance. And it's like, okay, I'm in enough pain. Let's just go there. And the shots that the MS community can do, I was not really keen upon. I'm thinking, I can take a pill. Give me something that is normal to me. So we went Texadera. If anyone knows how to say anything different out there, let me know. But I have been on Texadera now for 5 years. And I want to give a side note just with this medicine. For me, being on just Texadera the first year, I was 24 at the time and 29 now, but it felt like I was in menopause. And no, I've never been through menopause, but I have lived with my mother through menopause. And everyone is different, but for me, I got hot flashes, but they lasted all the time within that year. My poor grandfather who we lived with and my mom, oh my gosh, I went around in shorts and a tank top t-shirt, like it was just miserable. I was in my PJs. That was one of the major side effects of that medicine for me that I can actually remember. That still now with it, I get hot flashes where it's like, oh my gosh, and then I cool down. So I still get that, but it's not a constant thing. So Texadera has actually worked very good for me. It has healed some of my sclerosis on my brain. So I have had good luck with it, and we can do further videos into that. But right now I really want to focus on the diagnosis and within the next year and a half going forward. So we get into this great neurologist, we get started on Texadera, and they converse with my primary. Because as you know, I'm sure people who have neurologists, specialists, they have to go back and forth with your primary. Within that year and a half, going from 0 medicine to 27 medicines. Yes. Not that I tried 27 different medicines. No, I probably tried a lot more. I was on 27 medicines a day. A day, people. And they wanted to manage my pain. I went to pain management, and at that time I was like, okay, great, this is finally going to pay off. Someone is going to hear me and understand. And I remember going into the pain management clinic. I looked around, and I seen a bunch of senior citizens. A few, I don't want to categorize, but war heroes, or that have just, have been in the war or overseas. And there I was, and I'm thinking, what on earth are you doing here, Lord? I was probably the youngest there. and they start me out with Oxycontin. Okay. And within that year and a half, at the end of it, I took 6 Oxycontin a day from 5 milligrams I started with. And within that year and a half, I took 6 a day up to 60 milligrams a day. Cancer patients, or if you're on hospice, take 80 milligrams a day. Yeah. And so they just kept, well, you know, when I'm sitting there, when I would keep going back to pain management, I'm like, no, I hurt, something's going on. And this is all new to me, my MS. No one's explained it besides, oh, you have this going on in your body and this, but it's like, there was no MS groups around me. There still isn't, and that's why I am so adamant with my MS groups online. Thank you guys, because I don't know what I would do without you. But I seen a psychiatrist, and it didn't work out for me because I was on so many different medicines. Within that year and a half, I was a zombie. I had speed, and I mean literally prescription speed, and I had anxiety medicine, depression medicine, panic, like for panic attacks. I didn't have either of those 3 things, but my gosh, let's put her on those medicines, right? I had sleeping medicine and a downer medicine. And I mean, what on earth? I mean, you think you need one or the other. Oh no. And then you have stuff for your muscle spasms. And you know, now it's like, well, yeah, sometimes my muscles go, oh, and I have to take stuff. But I mean, all these different medicines, guys. And being on all these different medicines, of course, I had side effects and this and that. And I ended up having to go to a neurologist because I had problems going to the bathroom. And it's like, oh, and I remember walking into that office being the youngest person in there. You know, here's all these senior citizens, and I was 24. And I just remember bawling in the corner because at that time we took care of my grandfather, and we took him to appointments and all these specialists. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. It wasn't till I remember I had a dream one night, a very vivid dream. And I'm a very spiritual person now. I wasn't then at all. And I can't tell you, I can't even remember it besides that next morning. It's like, I have to get off these opioids. I knew it. That was my start. Before I get off any of the other medicine, I have to get off the opioids. So that was step 1. And that was hard. That was miserable and hard. That was something that took, I believe, either a month or 2 weeks. And see, I can't even tell you, I wasn't in my right mind. Within that year and a half, I don't remember things. I can't recall things. It's like I am missing that year and a half, guys. And that's sad. That is sad. You know, I remember my dad being an alcoholic and would be drunk and giving him crap the next day because he couldn't remember. And here I was a year and a half, I couldn't remember. My friends, yeah, nope. You know, there was very few that stayed in touch. And I don't blame them either because I can't remember what I said or what I did. I'm sure I was off my fucking rocker. So let's just get honest. Yeah, I'm sure I was. And even now when I get steroids and stuff, I didn't know you weren't supposed to drink. And some people are like, well, no brainer. But it's like, if no one ever tells you, how are you supposed to know? And it's like, well, yeah, you acted like this. And it's like, well, hell, I don't remember that. But I'm not a big drinker either, so yeah. So I know this is kind of going a little all over the place, and I'm sorry. But the pain management, the opioids, I am now an addict. Yes, I am a drug addict for them. And I don't want opioids ever again. Getting off them saved my life. And I found out getting off them, hey, I could go to the bathroom. I need a new neurologist and probably a new primary. This isn't right. You know, this isn't cohesive. So I found me a wonderful neurologist, and what was special and what I just adore about her She's just an MS specialist. That's all she sees is MS, 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 and a wonderful, brilliant lady. And guess what, guys? She's great at bedside manner. Yes, she is. And she helped me come down off all of these medicine, guys. She helped me come down off all of them. All of them. Where I wasn't on uppers and downers and anxiety medicine. I think by the end of that year and a half, I think I went from 27 medicines taking 4. So, you know, and I want to say to anyone else out there that deals with this or has no idea, if you are diagnosed, be careful of opioid addiction, because it's hard and it's real, and it messed up my brain for that year and a half. There's things I can't recall. There's things that I laid in bed. I laid in bed as a vegetable for that year and a half with my cat. You know, I lived like my 90-year-old grandfather, and bless his soul, because he loved having me home, but I was 24. And even when I turned 25, that's still not relative. So I don't even know what to say. Sometimes this gets so emotional because it's hard and it sucks. And that's what I keep saying. It sucks, and it does. But let's just take that opioid thing right there. That made me with this disease, because I felt so defeated, so bogged down, so unattractive, so ugly inside and out. But I kicked OxyContin's ass, and I got through it, and I got off all those other medicines, and I finally started to get a clear head. With that, I started to get a part-time job, and that was hard. It worked, and then it didn't work. Fatigue. Oh, maybe I will do a symptoms video. I don't know if anyone would want that, because sometimes everyone is different, but I don't know who actually wants to sit there and listen to it either. But if you do, let me know if you want a symptoms video of at least what mine were. And it still is, because like I said, I laid there in that bed for a year and a half. I would play Uno on my iPad if I was up. I would never get dressed. I was in my pajamas. And I gained a bunch of weight. And it was like I was mourning the death of me. And a part of me still is. I think a part of me will always mourn that 24-year-old woman, because she had dreams and was going to accomplish a lot, and I was on a road and this threw me off the path. It is a totally different one, and I was so angry, and it brought up my anger issues that I never learned how to deal with either. But it's okay, because I'm on a different path. You know what I did, which I never thought I would do? I got on this app, Tinder, before it even became popular. My friend Allie at the time, it's like, you gotta get on this app, Lauren. You're home all the time. I'll give you something to do. And I went on a series and series of dates, and it was a disaster, but really fun. And before then, I would never go out with anybody. I was so picky. I was just like, oh, no. But it made me say, hey, I'm Lauren. Guess what? I have MS. Guess what? I'm now plus size. I am not a size, what was I, a size 10 before, size 8. And it's like, not anymore. No. Size 16 times 18. It kind of depends on how much steroids they're going to give me this week. So it made me get out in that real world and enjoy life, because I remember what it's like being in that bed. And I know a lot of you watching that have MS or any type of disease, cancer, whatever, We all have those days where we have to stay in bed and we have to relax and we have to recover. And it's hard to relax while you're in that much pain. But when you can get out of that bed, that's what I got from this disease. When I could get out of that bed, I live. And I don't hold back what I want to say anymore. I hold no punches. I don't care if I'm the popular one anymore, if you're going to get along with me, or I'm mean for speaking exactly what I want to say. And yeah, it's hard. Some people might not like it, but a lot of people don't live in this body either. So I don't know. I hope this helped somebody. I know it's a little all over the place because it was hard. I still see the same MS specialist. She's amazing. If you can find a actual specialist that just does MS, or has that's a neurologist that did a special study in MS and multiple sclerosis, do it. If you have a group near you, go, because I just want to say go for me, because I have never got to go to one. I want to go to one so bad. And a part of me was so scared because I'm like, all these other people are in these wheelchairs or walkers, and who cares, right? Who cares? I was walking with a walker last week because my legs would give out. Be you. Don't let this thing conquer you. Just don't. It is not for the weak-hearted. When I seen this thing, what do I tell my child when she asks why? And I used to do that, be like, why me, Mom? Because it's not for the weak-hearted, guys. You are a warrior for a reason. Like this one, the Swords, this Princess of Swords and Tarot card. Cut through that truth. Cut through the bullshit. Fight this stuff and get in touch with your emotions. Quit hiding behind that MS. Break those chains, and let's wake up and build each other up. Let's do that. Build each other up. All right, I don't think I have too much more I can sit here and blab on about at the moment, because I'll just sit here and cry for you guys, and you guys probably don't want that. So, thank you for tuning in. If you can, please subscribe to my channel, for I could do more I would love to do live videos, reach more people. Subscribe, share this video, leave comments. I've been getting a lot of DMs, I appreciate it, but leave comments. And again, this is Kirkendall's messy life. MS. Because it's messy life. It's everything. I love you guys. Hang in there. Fight the fight. Go. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You got this. I promise you, you do. All right.